Welcome to Tidbit Talkin. Have some ideas about a fictional thing, each one featuring different levels of seriousness. Spoilers, here we go. Not only was his name fading from people's minds, but also the actual number of world domination attempts he made. Oh, looks like our hero can teleport his armor onto himself from the lab. That's cool. The Mega Arm must work better against star droids than Buster Blast because repetitive collisions up in space have left them rather tender, for lack of a better term, turning typical concussive force into quite a vulnerability. Tango likely got made because upgrading Rush similar to the just mentioned Fantastic Fist right away would have been too much of a hassle. Dude's weak against both Black Hole and Mega Arm because the former prevents his amorphous anatomy from settling, and the latter hits hard because the material required for such pliability isn't so sturdy even before colossal cosmic crashing crap. There's a big space between these boss doors because it needed to be ensured none of those pipes containing dangerous gases and or liquids would burst nearby so the local in-charge guy could easily leave and do mundane stuff like getting oiled up or whatever. He's vulnerable to both preposterously packed punching and Spark Chaser because the first one rubs his saltiness off while number 2 gains greater amounts of conductivity due to said junk's presence. Those twirly descending platforms must normally provide spare parts for that turret thing. They come anytime possible damage may occur, hence them conveniently being able to help the Blue Bomber. Saltwater screws Mars because his intricate design requires too many parts that aren't resistant to weather damage. His body composition, which demands much jumping-friendly structures, doesn't mesh too well with tool rotation. Something about those harsh ridges stripping off layers of flexible material whatnot. Similarly, super spinning stunts his ability to stick together. It must perform its reform by automated motion that constantly causes things to meet at a core point, and interference simply can't be tolerated. Bubble blasting blows him away because the spheres pull in air particles as they attempt convergence, which foils his storm powers. The way air gets vented around what holds his ring must not do well with electrical interference. It probably prevents magnetism from working. Grab Buster irritates him because it simulates pulling on his tail. Uranus pulling down as hard as Earth does must have something to do with constant probing, altering its gravitational field in all the right ways. Coming at him from the front is problematic because he's only prepared for taking it all in the rear. Both the hair and rock particles getting in his eyes simultaneously really messes up viewing capabilities. The shields are likely lowered after firing that giant laser because it can't cool down enough otherwise. Anchor sucks against the almighty Digit because squeezing that head spike scrambles his brain CPU. Quint can't handle a photon missile because force swirliness plus pogo sticking makes him extra disoriented. Punk's spikes get ruined by wetness because they slide off due to being suddenly slippery. Belade isn't able to endure a light projectile either because the high-speed impact throws off his vital posing way too much. Not even robotic eyeballs are immune to being crushed. Also, giving that thing wrist vision was deemed necessary because cameras were required to get a direct view of the delicate repairs it would handle. Both the Wily Machine and Sunstar are weak against Terra's weapon because Dude modified himself to potentially overthrow his masters since he really did want to make a better world for robot kind. Endings are a pain, but all of you are fantastic. See ya.